Ionic bonding versus covalent bonding. Tiffany Thompson. Honors Chemistry Period 3 My Simple Video due, December 16, 2016. Elements involved in ionic bonds. Ionic bonding comprises of the transfer of electrons between metals and non-metals. This transfer includes anions, metals losing electrons to cations, non-metals. Elements involved in covalent bonding. While both metals and non-metals are involved in ionic bonding, covalent bonding only comprises of the sharing of electrons between non-metals. How electrons are bonded between ionic bonds. Electrons are transferred in ionic bonds. Process of bonding between covalent bonds. For elements to bond in covalent bonds, electrons are shared. Properties of ionic compounds. 3 properties of ionic compounds are: ionic compounds are brittle, they usually have high melting points. Lastly, ionic compounds are crystalline. Properties of covalent bonds. 3 properties of covalent bonds are: high electronegativity, poor conductors of heat and electricity. Lastly, covalent bonds have low density. Analogy of ionic bonding. An analogy of ionic bonding is when sodium transfers electrons with chlorine. Sodium as a cation loses an electron because it has just one electron in its outer shell, making it unstable. This lost electron is transferred to chlorine, anion, which has just 3 electrons in its outer shell. This transferred electron stabilizes both sodium and chlorine. This bond between sodium, a metal, and chlorine, a non-metal, forms an ionic bond named sodium chloride.